Understanding draw sheets for BIP. A draw sheet is a spreadsheet that controls how your images are organized and renamed during ingest. Think of it as a roadmap that tells the software where each batch of images should go and what they should be called. We're going to create a draw sheet in Excel, and we will later import that into BIP and configure it. The first thing that you need is a header row. This contains all the information you're going to need for your event in separate columns. The first column is your reference column. So this will have your run numbers in it. This really corresponds to the folder numbers in your card. Okay, we're going to go get information to put into our spreadsheet from SGP Live as an example. We're going to copy a draw sheet from SGP Live. This is an event online. We're just going to take the first 25 runs as an example. Okay, we're going to do a new document in Excel. We're going to go to the first cell. We're going to go paste. We're going to right click, paste special, and just paste. And then we're going to put all of that information in there. Now, we've got more information than we need. So we're going to just highlight the information that we need and copy that. And now we're going to go back to our original draw sheet that we started building. And we're going to paste special and values. Okay, so that keeps any special formatting that the producer or that the website may have done from coming into your spreadsheet. Okay, now we're going to name the event. We're just going to call this BIP sample draw sheet. Okay, and we just drag that down, and it should copy that through every row of our draw sheet.
Now we're going to save it.
Okay, we added a 25 because we brought 25 runs over to our reference column. Now we're going to save this.
Into our event folder.
We're going to put it in our event folder. We're going to put it under draw sheets for event. We're just going to call it draw sheet 1. Okay, we're going to go to BIP. We're going to open BIP up. And we're going to do new from CSV. Now, when you saved that earlier, you needed to save that as a CSV file because that's what BIP reads. Okay, we went new from CSV. Now it opens up a browse window. We're going to browse to where we saved that. So we're going to click that. We're going to hit open. And it's going to say, let's configure your draw sheet, because this is the first time that you've ever opened this draw sheet in BIP. If you'd already had it configured, it would have just opened. It would be a .bip file at that point. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is BIP is going to bring up the folder configuration. This is how your folder tree is going to look when you ingest your photos. So on these buttons, when you click add, it's going to make that folder, and then as you click add on another one, it's going to make that a subfolder of what you just clicked. That's how it's going to be in Finder. So we want this to folder event first, and then we want to go writer second. So it'll be an event folder with the writers inside that. Okay, and then you've got a reference column drop-down menu, and you're going to select which one of the columns that you want to be your reference column. Yeah, whichever reference column that you select has to be sequenced numerically. In other words, it has to be in order and it can't have holes in it. Okay, now we've got another menu that's going to pop up, and it says File Name Expression. This is going to be what information that it renames your images to. So if you want something to be included in that, you want to check this box, and then it's going to put that in the file name of each image when you ingest it. So we're going to do Draw, Writer, and Event. And then we're going to click Next. Okay, this next menu is your set configuration. Now, this is important if you're uploading on drags. So if you have 5 runs and then you have a drag, you're going to have a set of 5 or however many that you shoot between drags. Say if you're doing raining, you may have 10, you may have 7, whatever that is going to be in that set. That set folder is going to show up as 1 through 5 as an example. Or if you have 7 and say, you know, it'll be 1 through 7, or if you're on draw 15 through 20, it'll be 15 to 20. That's how that folder will be labeled like that. Now that's going to be the folder that you're going to end up loading into your website, which it'll ignore that folder, and it's going to take all of the writer folders underneath that. It's going to take all those subfolders and create galleries for every one of those. And down at the bottom of this window, you're going to have set depth. Right now, we're just going to use 1, and that's going to be our writer, because that's the last one that we selected. So that's what this is going to go to, is going to be the last folder that you selected on your folder configuration. Okay, we're going to click OK on the next window, and then the next one that pops up is going to be where you name this as a .bip file. So now there will be a .bip file on your computer that you can just open, and it will bring this up. Yeah, there it is, test draw sheet .bip. So if you click that later, you won't have to configure this again. It's going to open BIP automatically, and then it's going to have all this information already in it. So now we got a series of drop-down menus that are in the bottom. So the first one we're going to do is our card location. Now this is telling BIP where to look for your card when you insert it into the computer to do the ingest. Okay, we navigated to our card, and then we're going to click choose. Okay, now that's set. Now your backup is where it's going to back up each card when you do the ingest. So we're going to navigate to whichever folder we want our backup to be. We're going to name it. It's going to create it, and we're going to hit choose. Okay, our output folder is going to be the event folder. This is where all your process files out of BIP are going to go, and they'll be renamed and sorted. Underneath your output folder is going to be your JPEG long edge line. This is a resolution of your web images that you're going to upload to your website for your clients to view. These need to be relatively small so they'll upload quickly. We're just going to put this at 1024, so that's 1024 pixels on the long edge, which is plenty resolution that you can see the image online and tell whether you want to order it or not. Okay, now we're going to configure our watermark. We're going to browse to where your logo is, your PNG. We're going to grab the TD photo watermark. Okay, we've loaded our PNG file for our logo. Now we're going to hit configure watermark. And these settings are going to come up, and that lets you adjust things like opacity, your scale, the size of the watermark, your vertical and horizontal positions. And you can make a preset name, and this will save this. So instead of having to configure all of this, you can just click that preset. So that should be in the drop-down menu, right there where it says watermark presets. The next window that comes up is going to be your XF data, and we're going to cover that in another video. We're just going to click save. Okay. Okay, we've got our draw sheet completely configured. It's up and running. Now we've got a test card that we've shot in camera, and we've got that already in the card reader. And all you got to do to start your ingest is hit start. We're going to start with reference number 1. And this brings up the 5 folders that BIP has detected in the card. And if you want to see that, it should match. If you navigate to the card in Finder, you should be able to go to your Untitled and go to DCIM, and then you should see these 5 same folders in there. A fast way you can check your card to make sure that the names are what they should be is you can just click Browse Folder on the row, and it'll bring up that folder that it's referencing, and it's going to ingest this folder for that line. Now these are just random images that we shot in the studio, so there's not going to be a writer there, but that's how that works. So if you look at this and everything's good, the writers in the folders on the card match the writers in these rows, then you can hit start ingest. And that's how fast it is. Of course, we've only had a couple of images in each. Now you can open your set folder, and then here's the set that we talked about earlier. So this is set 1 through 5. It's got the writer names in it, and then you go to that writer name, and it's got their images in that folder. Okay, the images that are in these folders are going to be completely renamed with the information that you put in the draw sheet. And they're going to be, this is your file name expression that we talked about earlier. So when you click that file name expression button and you add things to it, this is what it's going to do in the end. It's going to put that information in the file name of each image. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got the draw number, we've got the writer's name, and then we've got what would be the event, but we've just got sample draw sheet in there.